What's going on, Battlefielders? Welcome to my UMP-9 PDW guide. This is the little brother to the HK UMP-45. Instead of 45 ACP, the UMP-9 shoots the smaller 9mm cartridge. In Battlefield 4's depiction, whenever you add a red dot sight, the front iron sight is removed. In real life, this would permanently modify the gun, but I'm glad that they did this in the game because if you've ever used an airsoft version of the UMP or another HK gun like the G36, you would know that you still see the front ring sight whenever you use a red dot sight, so it helps that they made this change in the game. The UMP-9 is a great weapon to review because it requires a pretty hefty grind to unlock. You need to complete the Engineer Expert assignment, which is 10 carbine ribbons, 200 carbine kills, and 50 repair tool ribbons. The assignment itself is unlocked until the previous engineer assignments have been completed. 10 carbine ribbons and 200 carbine kills are pretty easy to get through natural progression, but the 50 repair tool ribbons is what's annoying about this assignment. My recommendation to get those repair tool ribbons is to play on air maps and join as the passenger of a transport or a scout helicopter. If you're with an average pilot, you might be able to get 4 to 5 repair tool ribbons a game, but if you're with a good pilot, like someone who doesn't bail at the first sign of danger, you might get 9 to 10 ribbons a game. But is the UMP-9 worth the grind? I like to think of the UMP-9 as the ugly duckling of the PDW class because it reminds me of a well-known proverb from Aesop's fable that slow and steady wins the race. But I might be thinking of the wrong fairy tale animal. Let me know if I am. The UMP-9 has a very Jekyll and Hyde personality. It's both easy and hard to use. It's easy to use because it's easy to physically shoot because of its low recoil, but it's hard to use at the same time because it's hard to play to the tactical advantages of this weapon's statistics. In looking at the base statistics, we can see that it does 25 damage up to 8 meters, and the damage decreases until it does only 12.1 damage at 55 meters. This means it's going to be a 4-shot kill up to 8 meters and a 9-shot kill at 55 meters, but it's rare that you'll ever win a gunfight at that range. The 30th round magazine is pretty standard for 4-shot kill PDWs, and the 700 rounds per minute rate of fire is the second lowest in the PDW class for 4-shot kill weapons, losing only to the PP2000. The reload speed is extremely quick. It requires 1.85 seconds to reload if you've got a round steel chamber, and 2.5 seconds to reload an empty gun. I previously mentioned this gun has very low recoil, and because of its low recoil and going with the Jekyll and Hyde personality, the UMP-9 is a contrast of ideals in that it's the PDW with the best range, whereas normally PDWs are known for their advantage in close quarters. The AS Val might be better because we're getting the gun in the future DLC, but as of this writing, the best PDW to use at long range is the UMP-9. I use long in a relative sense. Long range for a PDW might be short range for a DMR. There is a sweet spot outside of hipfire range where you can down targets unreachable by other PDWs, but this doesn't mean that you should get into head-on gunfights with carbines and assault rifles. I emphasize killing on the move. You move faster while aiming than with assault rifles and carbine. The reload speed of the UMP-9 is excellent. You can duck in and out of cover quickly instead of just shooting out over a distance at those enemies. You should press the advantage and close in on those targets. But even though the UMP-9 can be used at long range, the primary way to use any PDW is to hip fire because you're more accurate from the hip and less accurate when aiming when compared to carbines and assault rifles. Now, with the UMP-9's better effectiveness at range, the gun is balanced in that it has limited effectiveness in close quarters. You're not going to outshoot most other PDWs and even some carbines from hipfire due to its slow fire rate. You have a slim advantage in close quarters in that you have a fast reload speed that helps you get back into the fight quickly and close in on the enemies before they're ready for you. But the UMP-9 overall has a very unique effectiveness range between the average PDW and the average carbine. I like the gun for its uniqueness and I think it can be useful in the right circumstances, but I don't see it becoming a very competitive gun. You would normally use a PDW for its ability to down enemies quickly in close quarters, and for that reason I would take the CZ3A1 for its quick time to kill. Now, if you do want the ability to hit targets at range and still be effective in close quarters, I would take a carbine. A very small percentage of all maps benefit PDWs, but more areas of all maps benefit carbines. In objective play, I think it's better to take the UMP-9 than other PDWs because it has more reach, but I still think it's rather limited and inflexible compared to using a carbine. The best attachments for this gun will be the heavy barrel to help the UMP-9 with accuracy at long range, and you don't need to worry too much about the added vertical recoil because there's not much vertical recoil to begin with. I don't recommend using the suppressor because you will have limited effectiveness at long range, so you're basically nerfing what is one of the strongest features of this weapon. The laser sight will increase your hipfire accuracy to help you in close quarters, and I recommend using the ergo grip to really enhance the killing on the move playstyle. In summary, the UMP-9 is a split personality gun. It's easy to learn due to its low recoil, but hard to master due to its unique effectiveness range. Like with all PDWs, the primary method of killing will be hipfire, but the low recoil of the gun gives you more chances to kill long-range targets you normally wouldn't be able to hit. With enough time using this weapon, you will be able to find the sweet spot of your effectiveness range beyond hipfiring. Thank you very much for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more things Battlefield 4 and all things PC gaming. My name is David, and I'll see you next video.